I've been working out here pretty much since diagnosis, and to be honest, it's a lot of why I stay well and where I draw my self-esteem from. It gives me body confidence, it makes me feel like the old me, because it's about stability and flexibility and strength as well going forward, and I think laying down foundations while I'm well enough to continue, as the condition progresses. But you know what, it's one thing that I can do, that I can take control of. So it is about being in control, it's about looking after what you can look after. I can't help the progression of the condition, but I can do everything in my power to keep fit and well and feel good about myself. It's proper medicine. I don't know why we don't get it prescribed, to be honest with you. I knew something was wrong. I just felt slow and sluggish. My handwriting was really small. So I went to my GP and I went about something else and I said, oh, while I'm here, can I just mention this? And she kind of looked at me and she made me walk up and down and she made me do certain exercises. And now I know that they're kind of textbook exercises to do. And she was looking for my arm movement. One of my arms wasn't swinging when I walked. And she said, oh, I'll send you to a neurologist. And I never thought anything of it. And I went kind of cocky on my bike with my helmet under my arm, waltzed in. And he did some tests and told me the news. And I just I couldn't believe it. I didn't even know what Parkinson's was really. You have this vision of what you'll be like in life and what's ahead of you. And then when you get news like that, it completely leaves you stunned, is the best way to put it. It was definitely rare to be diagnosed under 50 and female. There's twice as many men that are diagnosed than women, and under 50 it's pretty rare. There's not many of us around, so we're kind of this rare thing. And they call it younger onset Parkinson's if you're under 50. I've had people say to me, you're lucky that you got it younger because you're fitter to deal with it. And I've had people say to me, oh, how unfortunate for you. This is people who've got Parkinson's. I've had people say to me, how unfortunate for you because you've got longer to live with it. And you can look at it either way. One of the things that's hard is when you go to exercise groups and self-help groups, all that kind of thing. And most people are male, over 60, 70. If I don't take my meds, I have terrible cramping, and movement problems, freezing. I get a lot of facial masking, so I get restriction in facial movement. So when the meds wear off, I get a real kind of, my mouth feels weird, and I can't enunciate very well. I get kind of slurring, and also lack of expression in the face. And it's quite a common thing, but it's quite annoying because, we build rapport and express ourselves through our faces and through our mouths and through smiling, and when you can't do it, when you're kind of feeling that your mouth's turning down at the edges and you can't, it's horrible. For me, that's the most upsetting because I can't also say certain words, I can't speak properly, and that kind of becomes more pronounced during the latter end of the day, when I'm more tired. And if I have a drink, I don't doubt it's hard to be a friend of somebody like me now, because I'm not easy all the time. It takes patience. Part of the problem is us with Parkinson's because we're ultra sensitive, but you either get people who dismiss it as, well, none of us know what's around the corner, at least and you'll be fine, which is quite dismissive and particularly when you're first diagnosed, hurts quite badly. And you get the other doom and gloom people who kind of can't bear to look at you, and also you get people who look like they might catch it off you. They behave like it's something they might get if they talk to you too much about it or acknowledge it, which is kind of quite hurtful. And you get people as well that don't want to be part of your life anymore because of it. When you draw the human body and look at the shapes and look at the attitude and look at the mood, it kind of makes you, it makes you reflect on yourself, and it's endlessly fascinating, the light and the shades and the form. There's always something to solve. I think I reflect on the physical form more now, because I look at how I'm coping, and I think about how I'm holding myself, and think about, you know, I think about how fit I am quite a lot. I think about my decline quite a lot. I think about, you know, what it will be like when I don't look or feel as well as what I do now. You know, when my body changes. So I suppose you think about the body more. Painted that when I felt lost, with golden light ahead and bad stuff behind. So the, you know, the darkness, the kind of blues and the grubby greens are behind, and I'm making progress towards the light. The Parky Players came about during lockdown in Zoom, and I was on Zoom with a Parkinson's group, a cafe group, and one of the guys said to me, "So what's next? What's your next challenge?" And I said, "Well, how about we all do something together, you know?" And somebody came up with the idea of doing an online pantomime, so writing a pantomime and performing it online. And anyway, it wasn't too bad, it just went online, and I entered into an online comedy competition and we won second prize or something. I then thought, what else can we do with it? And I spoke to Nottinghamshire Literary Society, found a comedy writer, a comedian, who then put me in touch with a director and a producer, and we wrote a bid for Arts Council funding. And I can't believe it, but we were successful. And so we got about £16,000 to make it into a performance for stage. As part of Shake It Up, which was the name of the play, which was a comedy take on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and it was Snow White and the 47 Symptoms. We all played multiple parts, and there were serious bits about Parkinson's, you know, raising awareness. There was a lot of comedy. The 3 songs, the first one was Taylor Swift, that we did new words to, Shake It Off, and then the second one was We Can't Stop the Fire, Billy Joel, we did Parky words to that. And the third one we wrote with a musical director. It's called The Road, and so me and Sheila wrote the words, and Charlotte Daniel wrote the music. But we wrote it together. We did it. We workshopped it, and then I saw the World Parkinson's Congress, which I'd never really heard of before, but I saw on Facebook, you know, the power of social media. I saw that they were advertising the World Parkinson's Song Competition. I thought, oh, that's a bit niche, but I had a look at it, and it was for anybody who wanted to enter a song about hope and positivity, and the prize was that it would be sung at the opening ceremony of the World Parkinson's Congress in Barcelona. So proud of the people that I've met. There's some people that have got such generous, amazing spirit. Not many people ask you straight questions about Parkinson's because they're scared of it, because they don't know what it is. I think part of it is the symptoms are ugly. No wonder people don't talk to us or go near us, because they're scared of what they're going to land themselves in, you know. If somebody looks good, they're looking good despite Parkinson's, and it's down to bloody hard work and determination. When I go on the radio and TV, I try and always say it's raising awareness, it's for all of us. I have a voice at the moment that I can use, and I'll pass the baton on to somebody else at some point. You know, unfortunately, there'll be new people that are diagnosed that have got a voice and that have got something to say, and I'll pass that baton on to them at some point. But